family, and welcome back to another episode of Market Grinders with Lydell and Amp. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Think we got some good stuff for you guys. Please make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, just so you guys will get the post. We got some good stuff coming up along the way these next couple of weeks, guys. So please make sure you guys tune in, so you guys can be excited about what we have coming up for you guys, though. So lately, guys, I know you guys been seeing a lot what's going on with the market. A lot of red days, a lot of 10, 20% down. So we just want to make sure we break down the difference between what we feel is what's going on, the difference between whether it's a crash, whether it's a pullback, whether definitely there's another correction going on. So just want to break that down just a little bit. Then the next video after that, we're going to show you guys what we would do in this time right here. So just want to break down what you believe what's going on this last couple of weeks with the market.
So a lot of things going on with the market. You know, a lot of political things. You know, we still got the inflation that's going on. That makes a lot of investors, you know, a little worried, a little frightened. So some people are pulling money, putting it in other places. You also have you know, more stimulus checks coming out that you kind of fall back into inflation. You also have the federal government looking into, you know, legalizing marijuana federally. So that's getting a lot of people with big money or you know, pulling funds from other places to prepare to, you know, potentially, you know, go into some of the you know, marijuana stocks. And then you got a lot of people that are in marijuana stocks that are, you know, frightened that, you know, the bill may not pass, so they may be pulling their money out of marijuana stocks. But all of that stuff, you know, it forces the market to, you know, react and pull back a little bit. And then you know, we still got the reopening going on, and we also have earnings, a lot of bank earnings right now. So a lot of times when we think about earnings, good results could, you know, trigger the market to pull back, because what happens if you've been in these companies for a while and they're showing good results, people start to take profits. When people start to take profits, they're taking the money out of the market, so the market starts to pull back. So a couple of things, and those are some things that the big guys are doing, and that's what honestly we should be doing as well. Like we should be watching what the big guys are doing and moving our money in the same way. The market right now, if you're not a long-term investor, it could be a little frightening right now. If you're a long-term investor, I think you're in a good position, because a lot of good companies are going on sale. So it gives an opportunity for us to buy in and add to our position for long term. If you're a short-term investor, you know, trying to get in and get out, you know, you just got to be a little more strategic. There's a lot of money there as well, but you gotta recognize the pullbacks fairly early, get in, and then ride them back up. But the ride up is not as high anymore. You know, these stocks aren't doing 40 and 50% returns over time. So you want to, you know, lessen your risk by taking less profit. You know, be happy with a quick 10% return in times like this. But you know, overall, I mean, I think, you know, I still believe in the market. Overall, I think the market sentiment is bullish. I think we'll continue to climb. There's just too much going on for us to continue to fall in the market, right? And I'm a long-term investor, so when I say for us to continue to fall in the market still could drop, you know, another 3 to 4 months. We could still have these turbulent times, but I think over time, you know, in my time horizon, I'm thinking, you know, 6 to 18 months is kind of how I kind of play the market. So long term, I do still play options. Short term, I'm buying out longer contracts when I purchase my options now, just because of the amount of volatility. But I think next 16 to 18 months, I think we go higher. You know, that's just how I'm playing the market right now.
So you think this is a good time for investors to continue to buy, not knowing how far it's going to continue to go down? Okay, we unsure exactly what this is. Is this more correction, just a pullback? Definitely don't seem like a pullback. But so what you think is?
It depends on it really depends on your outlook on the market, as far as how long do you plan on being in the market. If you plan on being in the market the next 4 to 5 years, now's the time that you get rich.
Yep.
You know, now's the time you buy, and in 5 years you're rich. You know, if you're planning on, you know, I just want to make a quick flip, you may not want to be in the market right now, because you know you got companies that you know announce earnings and then they sell off 10-20%. You know, so and now if you're not studied in the market, what I mean by studied, you got your companies that you've been investing in for a while, and you've studied them so much that you understand how they move, so you know your entry points and you know your exit points as far as swing trading goes. You know, this may not be the time for you. I think now's the time for you to build out your long-term plays. Tech, you know, with inflation, and understand like relationships. Tech and inflation has a inverse relationship. So what goes on there is, as fear of inflation increase, big tech starts. I mean, fear of inflation increases, meaning that everybody's afraid that we may go into inflation. Big tech starts to rise. You know, so and all other stocks, they start to pull back, but people start to put their money in tech when it comes to things like that. And as you think about tech overall, I was actually looking at a news article a couple days ago about a crypto billionaire that was trying to build his own phone, right? Own phone and platform, because he was upset that Apple, you know, is their platform. Apple is a publicly traded company, but it's not owned by the government. They can buy and sell whatever they want as long as it's legal.
Okay.
So they don't have to let you sell your items on their platform. But these guys were coming up with their own like Facebooks, their own Twitters, their own little social media apps, and they wanted to put it on Apple's App Store. And Apple's like, we're not putting that stuff on for whatever reason, right? And they have the right to say that. So these guys are building their own phone. They're putting it on Google's network, and they're open sourcing. So they're allowing you to put whatever you want on that particular phone, right? So and their fight was against big tech, right? But when I you know analyzed that article, I'm like, but you're becoming big tech also. You know what I mean? You're just adding more to big tech. So when I think about things like that, tech isn't going away. Tech may go down, tech may, you know, stay flat for a period of time, but tech is not going away. We're gonna 2050. I put every dollar in my brokerage account that Apple will still be around in 2050. Microsoft will still be around in 2050. Tesla will still be around in 2050. AMD will still be around. Like, I think these companies, they're not going anywhere because we're not going backward. We're not. I mean, you know, unless Armageddon happens, you know, and all markets are shut down and we're just scrambling just to have food to eat and shelter. But as long as we're living in a civilized world, tech is going to be here. The cameras are going to get better. The phones are going to get faster. The homes are going to get smarter. So people are going to continue to research into tech, and people are always going to continue to research into healthcare. So I think those are two plays that we can kind of think about, you know, when it comes to placing our money. And if you're not sure, and you're a new investor, you're not sure about, you know, entry points, you're not sure about how to you know, research a company, I think ETFs, they're a good way to go right now, right? Just to get in, just so you got some exposure, and that way you can get exposure to you know, all of the tech companies rather than purchasing one. So that's kind of those are some of my thoughts on what we are in the market and how we should be playing the market overall.
Got it. So yeah, and both of us feel the same way. We're not really concerned about what's going on at the moment. I know a lot of people are, but at the same time, you just got to look at history. History basically shows even during the pandemic, all stocks went down. But look what happened after the pandemic. 6 months later, they was right back up even more. So whoever invested last year around March, April, they basically could be wealthy now because they invested when this time came around last year. And at that time, you know, everybody was so scared everybody took their money out, markets went down, but then people slowly start to invest and kept investing, and at the same time they can go back to 2008. What happened in 2008? People got rich in 2008 because the market crashed, and then people continued to buy stocks, buy shares, and then they went right back up. So, and this is the time to not be afraid about it, but just basically just want to make sure that you guys continue to invest in value stocks, and you guys are doing the proper research. Then those stocks are gonna come back, and it's just a matter of time when they do. We don't know when they're gonna come back, but eventually they will come back. And as long as you're investing in them, then you guys gonna be fine. Even you guys holding back and just saying, hey, I'm not doing anything at the moment, it's cool. But at the same time, you just want to make sure that you guys are continuing to research, or continue to invest in those value stocks that you may have, and just keep going from there. So we don't think the stock is gonna go nowhere, and you know, people are still getting rich every day off these stocks at the stock market. So continue to invest, guys, but continue to do y'all research as well. So we got another video come on after that, so we're gonna tell you guys what we think is best for you guys to do around this time as well. Just some ideas that we came across. So but please make sure you guys tune in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and thank you guys for tuning in today. Keep grinding.
Keep grinding.